Yo, what's up? It's your boy Austin. I'm back here today. I've been gone for a little minute handling some business. Typically, if I'm gone like that, I'm either handling some business or maybe sick or just pimping so hard. You know how it is. But enough foreplay. Let's get into the insights that y'all came here to flirt with. This is the 10 truths about getting good with women extremely fast. Now, number one, go out. This is gonna be super obvious, but whether it's to the bars or on dates, going out is the best way to meet multiple women. And the more you put yourself out there with women, the more opportunities you will have to meet the right girl. This is what I've just learned over the years. And a lot of times, guys get good with girls from the interactions. Like, it's just a skill like anything else. But unless you're really progressing, trying new things, trying to like challenge yourself, trying to like hold more conversations, trying to develop relationships, you're really not going to hone that skill like you could or should. Now, number two, interact with at least a couple new girls a day or in the week, and approach women. It's all kind of one, all goes together. So this one is important because most of the skills that come from being good with chicks come from the interactions. Like we said, the more you do it, the easier it becomes um, as you learn kind of what works for you. So approaching women is the way you get good because the interactions are going to teach you the skills, the conversation skills that you need. It's going to like reinforce like the confidence from the firsthand experience that you get. And just as a bonus, guys, for approaching women, if you're not really sure how to do it, we always say approach confidently because if you approach nervously, it's usually going to backfire. Just going to leave it at that for now. But if you're trying to approach, a lot of times the easiest way is two on two. So that means just like you and a wingman, and y'all find like you see two girls that are at the bar or like out, and that works because you have a friend, she has a friend, so they can talk while y'all talk, and that kind of helps like everybody, kind of have somebody to talk to. So that's easy. Or if you are going out by yourself, obviously you can talk to just one girl. That's the other easiest way. That's the way I typically do it. You know, doesn't I do it all. I do all situations, but this one is probably going to be the most common one. Um, and it's actually it's actually just as easy as the 2v2 pretty much. Um, I just think two is a little bit easier because it's kind of like the perfect amount of people, so it's just kind of meshes well. But the hardest one is going to be the group. A lot of times guys don't realize this, but like there's always going to be like one or two girls in the groups that like are going to be harder to befriend. So what you want to do though is if you see a girl like in a group that like catches your eye, you don't want to go up to that girl first. You want to like befriend the entire group, share some jokes and like just introduce yourself to all of them. And then once you've like befriended the whole group, then you can go kind of like off to the girl and get to know her one on one. Because a lot of times these girls, what they say, like like they're there's a lot more judgmental like friends that these girls have. So like they're gonna be a lot more cautious about some random guy just coming up to their friend, and they're gonna try to get you away. So the best thing to do is to be on good terms with all their friends, so that way they don't look at you as kind of like a threat or like somebody that's just trying to like go off with their friend. So that's gonna be key. And once you get good at that, it's like it becomes pretty easy to deal with. It seems difficult at first, but it's really not that hard. Um, Now, number three, limit toxic content. This one is big too because a lot of the reasons guys don't want to go out or date a lot now is because they've heard so much about women that they either don't like or has made them cautious in dating. A lot of the advice out there aims to generalize women, and so you have to really rely, I always say, on first-hand experience, guys, and give it a chance before you just give up based on something that may not be true. Um, don't let somebody's bad experience shape yours until you've at least tried first. I call this like self handicapping. I don't like when guys limit themselves based on like just hearing content or like hearing things. And like a lot of this toxic content, it will make you just want to check out before you even check in. So, you want to at least like give yourself a chance. I would use the content to help supplement, kind of like, when you go to the gym, you take supplements to help your growth and recovery. But firsthand experience is always going to be better than like reading out of a book or like getting it out of content. Number four, get into the the best state possible. Um, Now, this is a recap of what I've said before, but I wanted to bring this up again because it's that important. Like think about the times that think about the times you've had or the best memories you've had. Were you in a good or a bad mood? Probably good, right? Sometimes if you're not in a great mood, it's best just to skip that time unless you can come out of it. So like a lot of times like if people are like just in kind of like a okay or neutral mood, you can like come out of that. But if you're actually like in a really tired mood or like you don't think you can like shift that energy, it's best just not to go out because the key here is the girl is always going to feel what you feel. So like it's just gonna really a lot of times guys will fall flat on those types of nights. So you know, I just try to maximize like the results and I want you guys to have the best results possible. So I would just say like if you're tired or if you feel like you can't get yourself in a good state, it may just be not the night for you. 'Cause then like things like you start attracting negative things and things can go sideways. So it's just best to always try to get in the best state possible. And that's why when you think back to your memories or the best times, you always kind of can gather like, well, this went well because of this. And when you look back and you see like, oh, okay, well, this went well because I was in a good mood or like we were having a great time. You can kind of piece it together and see what worked there. So number five, eliminate nerves by not focusing on the outcome, just progress. So, this one is important because nerves typically come in when you're thinking about a future event that hasn't taken place yet. If we focus on preparing the best we can for things to go right, then that takes all the pressure off and helps you keep yourself in a good state instead of in your head becoming outcome dependent. Number six, believe in yourself. This one is simple. You set a goal, maybe you want to talk to more girls, get a girlfriend, become magnetic with chicks. The more you believe in yourself, the more others will too. So have a goal, go for it, but don't need it to work. Just continually stay confident and congruent in your beliefs, and the world starts to believe in you too. Call it the Kanye effect. Number seven, laugh at rejection. So, and this is important because rejection happens to the best of us. There's no getting around it. It's how you handle it though that matters. A lot of guys don't realize that just this just means you're getting that much closer to the right girl or fit for you. And sometimes if you get rejected, which has happened to me, but I handled it well in these times and said, oh, okay, well, see you around or maybe another time. Sometimes the girl will come back and give you a chance later, which has happened to me quite a few times. Um, sometimes like the girls, like, you know, they could have stuff going on. It could be just not the right timing, you know, but it just helps if you're not dependent on the outcome, like we've said, because um, giving them more flexibility is going to allow them to give you more flexibility. So in more ways than one, depending on how you treat them. So um, you just want to, you know, just like we said also in the other video, you know, like rejection is kind of like getting a new pair of shoes. Like if they don't fit, you know, just go on to the next one. But anyways, just don't get caught up in like the moment. Number 8, stay focused on the big picture. Some of you guys maybe play golf or sports like I do, and no dating can be similar. Sometimes your game is on point here or there, but it's not on all cylinders. Like your drives may be on, but your irons are off, or your putting's on, but your drives are off, stuff like that. But luckily in dating, rarely does everything have to be firing on all cylinders to work or go well. If you have a bad night or interaction, just let it go after that one. Or like we say on the course, don't carry that one bad experience or that hole onto the next one to ruin the entire game. Now, number 9, keep conversations in the beginning lighthearted. So this one I've brought up before and want to expand on a little. Now, one of the things that will be super key for you guys that will help you with women is in the beginning, it's great to be lighthearted and just focus on common interest and being easygoing. Once you are exclusive with someone or thinking about becoming more exclusive, that's when the more serious questions and values should align. But going into like just the early stages of dating with a checklist a lot of times backfires because you sometimes will eliminate great girls if you're ultra picky. There can be a few things, you know, you don't want to settle on, but a lot of guys get in their own way. And truly at the beginning, instead of just enjoying getting to know people, and I'll say this too, like a lot of times guys like, you know, we limit ourselves like where we just want like a certain type of girl, and it's okay to have a type. You know, I've got my own type. But the importance of going out, it helps you meet all kinds of people, and the more that you meet people, like say like the girl that you initially think is like your type, she may not end up being your type, but she may have a friend that is, and the more that you put yourself out there and kind of test the waters, and without doing that, you're really just going to be limiting yourself. So, and number 10, this one is like the most important one besides the first one. Once you get really good, it's just inject charisma and personality. This one kind of comes though through all of the experience and like going out and doing all of the approaches and getting good. So ultimately, you know, the goal is to get good with chicks. So when you build on your skills, you can do well with women by showing your personality up front. And as long as you put in the work, you'll start getting a feel for your own charisma and style. You know, everybody's is going to be a little bit different. The key to charisma, though, is just being true to yourself and what works for you. When you show women that side of you or what you're about from that lens, they can't help but get sucked in to your world, and this becomes your superpower. Now, these are my top 10 traits that will take any guy from zero to hero with chicks. And all you need to do is believe in yourself and put yourself out there and watch the results add up. All right, I'm thinking we start a new season coming up. What y'all think? This is your boy Austin, and y'all better get out there before I take the rest of the beautiful women. I've saved y'all a couple. But all right, turn up, riz up, level up. Peace.